Watching people relax in the park makes me realize humanity still has more hope than our classroom hallway on a Monday morning.
It's crowded, but at least nobody here glares at you with that "did you study the old lesson?" Look, it's much more peaceful than the suffocating pressure in our classroom.
Don't remind me. Thinking back to Monday morning, the homeroom teacher walked in looking like a judge who just realized the whole class uses their brains just for decoration.
The climax was Min. He dozed off right in the front row, directly in her line of fire.
I swear, his improvisation skills are next level. The teacher asked, "Which realm are you wandering in?" And he calmly replied, "Ma'am, I'm closing my eyes to meditate, so the knowledge can absorb deeper into my subconscious."
The teacher froze for 5 seconds. I swear those 5 seconds felt longer than an entire final exam math review session. The whole class tried so hard not to laugh, we almost got internal injuries.
I still don't understand why going to school feels so much like a survival challenge show.
Because school is the only place on earth that starts the day with action movie lines like, "Take out a piece of paper for a 1 5-minute quiz."
Unannounced.
No merci.
And absolutely no way back.
Just like a low-budget action movie where students are extras who get snapped out of existence in the very first episode.
Last night, I stayed up until 1 a.m. wrestling with the study guide. Turns out, today's test was on the exact part I didn't have time to read.
Life always has a superpower, picking your weakest spot to attack.
Opening the test paper, I felt like an archaeologist trying to crack a military code from a lost civilization.
I'm most allergic to the phrase, "This is basic knowledge, everyone should know it."
Everyone knows it except me. After looking at the test, I suddenly realized family love and peace of mind are way more important than these numbers.
As for me, I spent the whole period analyzing the slant of the proctor's handwriting. They say when hope runs out, humans reach a state of absolute serenity.
No wonder when you turned in your paper, you looked as relaxed as someone who just came back from a meditation retreat.
When you know you're beyond saving, your soul naturally becomes at peace with the entire world.
But I have to give it to you. Right after the test, you went down to the canteen and devoured a steamed bun like nothing happened.
That's called emergency resuscitation therapy. My brain just suffered an electric shock from the test paper, so I had to load up on sugar to stay alive.
Sounds convincingly logical. Do you notice that we students only have two states of being?
Worried sick before the test, and terrified out of your mind after it.
Exactly. There is absolutely no happiness in the academic dictionary.
Yes, there is. The moment the teacher walks in and says, "I have a meeting today, self-study period."
Oh, at that moment, the whole class is as united as one family. All barriers regarding grades, wealth gaps, or cliques just vanish.
Leaving only one single faith, getting dismissed early.
Yet on Wednesday, while we were celebrating like the national team winning a championship, she finished her meeting and came back to continue teaching.
At that moment, I realized youth is so fragile and human hearts change so easily. Someone was laughing and their facial muscles just froze on the spot.
I think school is actually a training ground for excellent actors.
Because of exam pressure?
No, because everyone has to learn how to pretend they're okay. Like saying, "Yes, I understand the lesson," but inside, your brain is an endless blank void like an Arctic winter.
Speaking of which, yesterday the English teacher called on me to read a paragraph. I mispronounced exactly one word, but because I was too confident, I mispronounced it 5 times in a row with 5 different tones.
Were you trying to turn English class into an alien language decoding show?
I saw the whole class looking at me like an alien creature, so I cleared my throat elegantly and said, "I'm testing regional pronunciation variants."
The fact that you've survived until now is a miracle of the education system.
Thanks to my audacity and a regularly upgraded thick-skinned operating system. But why do I always see you clutching a pile of books like you're about to defend a doctoral dissertation?
Because my mom has the ability to launch surprise attacks. She doesn't ask, "Have you eaten yet?" She asks, "Have you memorized Newton's laws?"
Right at the dinner table?
Anytime, anywhere, in any context. Once, while I was chewing a piece of braised pork, she asked for the chemical formula of table salt. I almost choked, nearly turning into actual salt myself.
Your family is straight up combat education. My dad, on the other hand, likes to philosophize with life-puzzling riddles.
Give me an example.
We were watching a thrilling action movie when my dad turned and asked, "Do you know why an isosceles triangle has two equal sides?" I said, "Because if they weren't equal, it would be a crooked triangle, Dad."
Then what? Did your dad praise your brilliance?
He just sighed, full of arguments, but completely empty of knowledge. Hearing that hurts worse than getting a bad grade.
Parents are truly masters of words. Every sentence they utter leaves you pondering for a whole week.
My mom always says, "I don't pressure you about grades." Just as I breathe a sigh of relief, she adds, "Just don't let anyone in class get a higher grade than you."
And just like that, the pressure returns at the speed of light. As for me, I'm always compared to a legendary character.
The neighbor's kid?
Exactly. The most perfect creature in the universe. Gets straight A's, well-behaved, knows how to play instruments, sing, cook, and I bet they're about to build a rocket soon.
I'm starting to suspect this character is an AI product planted by the Parents Association to put pressure on us.
If I met them in real life, I'd probably get down on my knees and beg for the secret to being perfect.
I'd just ask for a way to stop my mom from comparing me to them. But then again,
What?
even though we complain all day, if we didn't go to school, I wouldn't know where to find these hilarious stories to tell.
Yeah, every day at school is like watching a comedy show where we are both the actors and the audience.
Like this morning when the teacher asked who hadn't done the homework. The whole class was dead silent, like undercover agents on a secret mission.
Then suddenly, a pen dropped. That single clack felt like an explosion in a minefield.
The entire class ducked their heads simultaneously, faster than during the flag ceremony. The camaraderie was so noble that nobody dared to breathe heavily for fear of exposing a comrade's location.
A class might not excel academically across the board, but they definitely excel at survival together.
That's a soft skill no textbook can teach. The ability to become invisible to teachers.
You sound like you're writing a resume, proficient in stalling tactics when called to the blackboard.
Capable of maintaining absolute composure with a blank page and only 2 minutes left.
Okay, that's enough. My stomach hurts from laughing so much.
Look, the sunset in the park is beautiful. After a week of being besieged by equations, just looking at a tree heals the soul.
This feeling is such a luxury. No pay attention, everyone. No urgent school drums.
Speaking of the drum, have you ever wondered why when we're almost late, we can run at Olympic athlete speeds?
That's survival instinct kicking in, unlocking the ultimate human limits.
On Wednesday, I sprinted into school so fast that the security guard thought I was competing in an open marathon.
And did you manage to beat the gate?
I beat the gate, entered the classroom in glory, only to find out the first period was canceled. I stood in the middle of the schoolyard, dripping with sweat, wondering what I had even strived for.
At least you got a free high-intensity cardio workout. Life always consoles us in very peculiar ways.
Hey, Emna, when we're old, what do you think you'll miss most about these days of wearing out our pants on school benches?
Probably not chemical formulas or poems. I'll miss these afternoons sitting here, complaining about everything under the sun with you.
Sounds a bit cheesy, but it's true. These silly conversations are what keep us sane amidst a mountain of homework.
I'll miss the roaring laughter in class, even if right after that, the whole gang got written up in the disciplinary logbook.
The days that seemed the most ordinary turn out to be the most unforgettable memories.
A week as long as a century has finally passed.
But we survived, we're still in one piece, and we still have enough energy to sit here and gossip. That itself is a huge success.
Tomorrow is Saturday, then Sunday, and the loop restarts.
Don't think about tomorrow yet. For now, just enjoy not being called to the board for an oral quiz.
This is the most precious moment of the week.
See those pigeons over there? The moment I sat down, they glared at me with daggers, exactly like debt collectors waiting for me to pay my tuition.
They probably think you have bread hidden in your pocket.
No, I think they can smell the debt on me. Not financial debt, but knowledge debt.
I totally understand that stressed from studying face. Looking in the mirror this week, I didn't see a student. I saw an entity being taken over by deadlines.
Did you reach enlightenment from studying so hard this week?
So hard that I opened my laptop for online class in the morning, fell asleep on the keyboard at noon, and woke up in the afternoon to find a new character printed on my face. The enter key right in the middle of my forehead.
So the knowledge hadn't time to sink in. But the execute command is already deeply embedded in your looks.
I even thought I was about to turn into a corrupted Word file.
I wasn't doing any better. Yesterday I was determined to establish a serious study empire, banning lyrics to boost focus, pulling out a rainbow of highlighters, preparing myself to become the valedictorian.
Sounds like an intellectual revolution was about to take place.
After 2 hours of hard work, I realized I only highlighted the lesson title. That title was glowing radiantly, while the content underneath remained a mysterious dark zone.
At least the title got an upgrade.
While I went downhill,
I dread that feeling right before starting to study the most. It's full of intense energy, like you're about to decode the secrets of the universe.
exactly, the first 5 minutes you're a genius, 10 minutes later you're a loyal viewer of A Day in the Life of Straight A Students videos.
Just watching to get inspired, you know.
I watched them and just felt confused, wondering if they use the same operating system as us. They wake up at 5 a.m. to exercise and read books.
I wake up at 5 a.m. too.
Oh, did you switch to a healthy lifestyle now?
No, it's because I haven't gone to sleep yet. 5 a.m. for me is the hour to recover my soul after pulling an all-nighter without accomplishing anything.
That's the classic student life restructuring process. 10 p.m. lie down intending to sleep early. 11 p.m. suddenly remember an unreplied group chat message. 12 a.m. start contemplating the meaning of life.
And by 2 a.m., instead of studying, we sit there watching cats dancing to music videos to find inner peace.
A very logical process. Do you ever get that feeling, while studying, where a plain wall suddenly looks fascinating? You want to stand up, watch ants crawl, or study the structure of the ceiling fan?
I call that the brain running away from home phenomenon.
The other day I was reviewing math. After an hour of staring at the formulas, I started wondering if this was an ancient code used to summon aliens.
I'm even worse. I look at the test questions and my mind automatically plays The Soul of the Fallen Soldier. It sounds so melodious, yet terribly tragic.
I once tried group studying with friends to boost efficiency. We were so determined at first. One opened the slides, one held a pen ready to take notes.
Then what? Twice as effective?
No, twice as effective at debating which Marvel character is the strongest. One guy even stood up to reenact a fight scene, making the whole coffee shop think a brawl was breaking out.
That's why they say the most classic lie a student tells is, I'll study for a bit, then take a break.
And that bit usually lasts about 15 minutes, while the break lasts until next season.
I have a very silly habit before every exam. That is cleaning my desk spotlessly.
Oh, a fellow comrade. Wiping the desk, color-coding the books, adjusting the lamp to a perfect 4-5 degree angle.
Once it's done, the desk looks so beautiful, giving me the feeling that I've completed the most important task, so I go to sleep.
We aren't studying, we are potential interior design experts.
But honestly, after days of struggling, suddenly understanding a difficult problem feels amazing.
Exactly. It feels like conquering Mount Everest with your bare hands. Once I solved a super-tier calculus problem, I stood up and celebrated like I just scored in the World Cup final.
Did the security guard run in to stop you?
No, my mom just walked into the room and asked, "Did you win the lottery?"
Studying sometimes gives you moments where you feel strangely, unexpectedly brilliant.
Or unexpectedly foolish. The other day, the teacher asked an extremely easy question. I answered so confidently, looking like an international orator.
And did you completely bomb it?
The whole class was so quiet you could hear a mosquito buzz. The teacher looked at me like an alien that just dropped from another planet. I was so wrong that my best friend had to pretend to pick up a pen out of secondhand embarrassment.
I had an even more shocking moment, sending the wrong homework file to the teacher.
That's pretty common, isn't it?
The file was named, "Can do it tomorrow, going to sleep now."
Haha. My deepest condolences to you and your family. How did the teacher react?
She didn't scold me, she just left a single period in the feedback section. That period carried the weight of a death sentence.
True, sometimes a teacher's silence is scarier than an oral test. It makes you write your own will in your head.
But I did a good deed this week, too. I helped a classmate solve a problem.
Oh, you're a tutor now?
Actually, I didn't know anything at first. I had to look it up online, read through the entire Wikipedia page, before I dared to go over and explain it like a pro.
Did they understand it?
They looked at me, nodded, and said, "Sounds reasonable." And just like that, we walked hand in hand into the danger zone because I wasn't sure I was right either.
Haha. But learning that way sticks with you for a long time. Because if you're wrong, the sheer embarrassment will be etched into your brain for years.
Do you feel like time during studying and time during playtime follow two different laws of physics?
Exactly. Playing games for 2 hours feels like the blink of an eye. But studying for 5 minutes makes me feel like I've lived through 3 lifetimes.
I once checked the clock 3 times within 2 minutes. I thought it was broken, but no, study time was just completely frozen.
One day I tried motivating myself by imagining being successful, wealthy, and driving a luxury car in the future.
And did you study harder after that?
No, then I thought, well, if I'm going to be that rich anyway, why torture myself now? So I went ahead and ordered milk tea.
Your brain is truly a genius at finding excuses to pamper yourself.
I prefer coming to the park like this. At home, just looking at my desk fills me with immense guilt.
Right. At least the pigeons here don't hand you a 5-minute quiz paper.
Don't let your guard down. Who knows if they're spies from the testing department?
You're scaring me. But whatever, at least this week is over. We're lucky to still have enough energy to sit here and gossip.
We are the warriors who survived the storm called education.
Tomorrow we have to fight again. Let me enjoy these last 5 minutes of deadline-free peace.
Sure, just sit here, breathing in the air that doesn't smell like printer ink and chalk.
And enjoy this sweet silliness.
Totally.
Lately, I've been so lazy to walk.
That's obvious. Other people walk to stay healthy, but I walk to find a way out of your web of love.
How many subjects did you test this line on before bringing it here?
With you, it's a limited edition, first time released.
What about the previous beta versions then?
Oh, they usually reacted very quickly. Before I could even finish my pitch, they vanished from sight.
Haha, I've discovered you have a superpower, making people torn between being touched and calling security.
That's the art of surprise attack. In business, it's called a breakthrough. In love, it's called reckless risk-taking.
I call it the art of making people raise their guards.
But clearly, the target is still sitting here, with absolutely no sign of wanting to leave.
Just because I'm curious to see if your operating system will execute any more bizarre commands.
Of course. For example, today you look a bit more outdated than yesterday.
Are you switching to aggressive mode now?
Because I didn't see you yesterday, in my mind, today is your most radiant era.
You're truly the kind of person whose words make someone's brain reload from the start.
And you're the kind of person who, no matter how much you like it, must pretend you're listening to a boring lecture.
I'm not pretending. I'm conducting a professional evaluation.
So the evaluation result is, you actually like it, right?
I like the atmosphere here.
Me too. I like any space that features an empty seat right next to you.
Sounds romantic, but practically very suspicious.
They call it practical romance.
No, romance is a fading sunset, a gentle breeze, birds chirping melodiously. You, however, are a disruptive variable in this peaceful scene.
Exactly. I used to think falling in love had to be dramatic like an action movie.
Like running under the pouring rain and screaming each other's names at a crossroads?
Or running away from home, or fiercely fighting with family. I used to watch movies for more than 180 minutes a day, you know.
What about now? What has philosopher Alex realized?
I realized love is sometimes simply finding someone patient enough to listen to you talk nonsense for an hour without hitting you.
Then you must love yourself deeply, because you haven't stopped talking for a second.
Haha, are you subtly admitting that you've been listening to me very intently this whole time?
Not listening, but observing a wondrous natural phenomenon. A person who can turn a simple greeting into a 3-volume speech.
That's a survival skill for conversations at risk of falling into an awkward silence.
But you don't look shy at all?
Because I hide my awkwardness by making continuous noise. Just like crickets, the more scared they are, the louder they chirp.
Got it. You're one of those people who use sound to fill the void in their soul.
You understand me so well, it makes me feel so exposed. So, am I at all special in your eyes?
Of course. Usually, people only give me a headache for 5 minutes max. You're the first to break the record, standing strong for a full 30 minutes.
My heart just cracked. You need to compensate me with a story of your own.
What story?
Tell me about your first crush. I promise to keep the most serious face possible.
No way, it's too embarrassing.
I swear on the honor of a man who just had a headache caused by you for half an hour.
Back in 10th grade, I had a secret crush on a classmate. I stayed up for several nights writing a long, incredibly mushy love letter.
Wow, classic romance. Did you hand it to him directly?
No, my legs were shaking so much back then. So, I decided to go stealth mode. I waited until recess, sneaked into the classroom, and slipped the letter into his backpack.
A perfect plan, but I guess there was a plot twist.
A huge one. I accidentally slipped it into the backpack of our homeroom teacher.
No way. How did he react? Did he blush or call your parents?
Worse. The very next period, he held up the letter, adjusted his glasses, and asked the whole class, "Does anyone intend to submit an essay in the style of an intimate letter to a lover?"
Haha, oh my goodness. How did you handle it?
My face didn't betray a thing. I raised my hand and said, "Sir, that's a draft I was practicing for a novel."
Impressive. That's the sheer grit of a romance novel heroine mistreated by the script.
After that, I couldn't look my teacher or that boy in the eye for a whole semester. My first love died right on the very first page.
At least you have a lifetime memory. I was way more pathetic.
You actually had a pathetic moment? Do tell.
Back in high school, I wanted to impress a girl by playing the guitar. I practiced the legendary song Wonderwall until my fingers bled.
Sounds very school heartthrob-esque.
When I stood outside her classroom door, putting my whole soul into strumming a dramatic note, snap, a guitar string broke right then and there.
Well, just think of it as a technical glitch.
The problem was, I panicked. Instead of offering a charming smile, I screamed, "Oh mom, save me."
Haha. Were you confessing your love or acting in a situational comedy?
From then on, instead of the guitar prince, the whole school called me the SOS singer. The mysterious, cool image I carefully built shattered in a single second.
I don't think you fit the cool image anyway. You're more like someone who brings a whole circus of joy wherever you show up.
Honestly, making you laugh like this is worth more than any heartthrob title in the world.
You're using your pickup line templates again.
No, this is unscripted. Don't you see that when you like someone, you suddenly turn into the most bizarre version of yourself?
True. Usually I'm very rational, but when I like someone, I can sit and analyze a single punctuation mark in their text message for an hour.
Exactly. Okay, without a period is normal. Okay. With a period means trouble is brewing, and okay means they're happy.
What if they just leave a heart reaction without replying?
Either they're eating, or they're busy. Thinking of something cool to reply.
You always have a very optimistic outlook on everything, don't you?
Because I'm afraid if I'm not optimistic, I won't have enough courage to sit here and wait for you to analyze me.
Are you being serious?
There are things I can joke about, but the feeling of waiting for a text or wanting to make you laugh, I have never joked about that.
You switch from comedy to romance so fast, I can't keep up.
So, do you want to keep listening to this dangerous story?
Let's see what other tricks you have up your sleeve. It's getting dark.
They say when the sunset fades, that's when a heart is most easily stolen.
You are truly a nuisance.
But a nuisance that you still don't want to chase away, right?
That depends on whether your next story is good enough.
Wait, this story is about a beautiful girl who smiles a lot, and a guy who just decided to stop being the singer and become the guardian of her smile instead.
Haha, that sounds way too cheesy.
Cheesy, but it's the real deal. Keep listening.